politics, you don't know the occupation. I just want to know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'm in these something.
Today, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, tried to start it out with a bang, but it's second down.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress, and I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I got you, son.
Throwing again. Carr. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. And he's got a new one. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
At the 41-yard line.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Carr now on first down. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 10 more there and another first down.
10 more yards. That's another Steelers first down.
Shotgun now for Carr. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Carr completes it. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. Well, how about the passing numbers so far on this first drive?
Oh, no doubt about it. They're flinging it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him. Right.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Deontay Johnson. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. That nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Strong right. We got three, fellas.
He'll set up to throw from the gun. He'll find his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
To Clyde
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And a first down.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Alex Highsmith. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. On third and long, it's Mahomes. He's going to try and go deep again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, first and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
Derek Carr sacked.
And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
He was brought down at the 26. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 14.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Steelers 7, Chiefs nothing.
On third and long, it's Carr. And this is going to be incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38.
42 yards on the play.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
7 yards, the pickup there. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 16. 16 yards to the 16 and a first down. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And the Chiefs are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. 4 catches now on this drive alone. They can't stop him. It's another first down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the other games going on here around the NFL. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Not the kind of game that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of game that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire with that low center of gravity and strength.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Clyde Edwards-Helaire with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
The Steelers take over 3rd and 10.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
On 1st down, Carr, and he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
That's what I do. 44,
From the gun, it's Carr, and he will find his man on the end route, complete. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Crunch time, defense. 44.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this from 46. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead.
Chiefs 7.
So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by Steven Nelson. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Chiefs 7.
It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive, and he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say you want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the 3rd quarter.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Here we go, 4th down, Mahomes. Now this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Kansas City.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
Fielded in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the return will stop right around the 25. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised. But that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
4 yards.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he gets it all the way down to the 3. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. From 3 yards out. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. An out route there for the score, a quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands, knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taken in the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
25-yard line.
And the Steelers set to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
Now on 2nd and 13. Carr. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Frank Clark racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Mike, check 33. 33. Watch the screen.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down.
Watch the screen.
And no, it's incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen...
He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. From 17 yards out. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. So the first play of the drive, they strike through the air and score it.
A lot of coaches like change of possession as a time to go ahead and strike, and that's what we saw there. Ball turned over, first play, right to the end zone.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
44 is Mike. Check, check. Hey, check, check.
Carr now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Soft, baby. That's baby soft.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And all the way down to the 7-yard line. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 41 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Shotgun handoff to Samuels. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Jalen Samuels, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone. So give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Derek Carr getting ready to go again on offense. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, my man, what do you need? What's going on here? There's always one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. From the gun, Carr. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as a gain of 33, and that play started back at their own 33. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Keep playing hard.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
44's to Mike.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Quincy Anoon with the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Hey, we're good.
It's 2nd down and 10.
To throw again, Carr. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Ebron caught left side. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Let's put that team on the bus.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Carr to throw again. And it's caught. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step 1, the touchdown. You need a 2-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if you're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for 2 again. That's why teams are practicing multiple 2-point plays.
We saw that Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big 2-point conversions. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the 4th quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a 1-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelsey with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at at their own 25-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. Check, check. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
On 1st and 10, Carr got an open man. It's Washington. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Washington, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now, the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Edwards-Helaire will try to run for it. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. He needed 2. He only got 1. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. To throw his Carr. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now Carr. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Pass intended for Eric Ebron. Incomplete.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Back to throw, Carr. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Intended for Eric Ebron. Incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. One final try now for Carr. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Chiefs are likely going to win the football game.
Come back. Single, slot.
Now Mahomes. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they close.